Hello all you beautiful people, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome back. What the freaking hell am I saying? Tank 2. Hello all you beautiful people out there, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Amanda and I'm so glad that you're here. In today's video we're doing a Disney video, as you guys can tell from my Dingle Hopper Hair Don't Care hat, and I'm also wearing my Little Mermaid sweatshirt. If you guys couldn't tell, I love Disney. As you can see back there, there is a picture of Vanellope, a picture of my husband and I that we got a character done at Disneyland, and a picture of Rapunzel that my brother drew. And then there's a Sorcerer Mickey over here too. So basically, I am a Disney fanatic. I love it. I actually had my annual pass to Disneyland last year, and we seriously went so many times. We totally got our money's worth. So it was like a really great year. And about 3 years ago, we actually started collecting Disney pins. As you guys could tell from the title of this video, this is my Disney pin collection. And it might seem like a little bit excessive to some of you guys. I've seen a few of these videos and I feel like their collection's kind of small. So I'm kind of nervous to show you guys this. You guys might think I'm a little bit crazy, but it's nothing compared to some collections that I've seen of like my friends and other people. So don't judge me, okay? I love Disney. So let's go ahead and jump into my collection. So first let's start in my pin book. This book is really heavy. Okay guys, so I actually switched to my G7X just so I can actually like zoom in on the pins and everything. So I will be shooting on this camera for the remainder of the video. So let me show you my pins. Okay, so this is the first page. Recently I started collecting Toy Story. So I just really love this movie. I think it is really cute, and I really like how like bright the colors are, and I just think they're adorable. So this pin right here is of Jessie and Buzz, and it's like a stained glass pin. So if you look, you can see it's like a stained glass, and if I were to hold this up to the light, which is on a backing so I don't want to take it off, but if I hold this pin up to the light, then you can actually see through it, and it's really pretty like when you put it like in the sun and everything. So I got this pin from the Disney Studio store in Hollywood, and it is a limited edition of 300. These pins are actually kind of hard to get. You have to wait in line at like 4 o'clock in the morning and wait in an alley with crazy people like yelling at you on the street. It's insane, but it's really fun and cool, and you can actually trade with people that are there. So this one right here is from that store. These up here are actually from the Mickey's of Glendale store in Glendale, California. They are from a cast exclusive store. You can only get them if you're a cast member, and they are LE250. This pin here is actually a fantasy pin. So this pin is made by fans, and they basically have like art commissioned, and they send it to like a factory like in China, and then they make the pins for you. So this is like a really old fantasy pin. These three right here are actually from the Box Lunch store, and they are limited release, meaning that they only are releasing these for a certain amount of time, and then they basically go away. They stop selling them. So these three are really cute. They're part of a set. This one up here is actually from the Disney store. This is actually one of the first like actual pins that we started collecting, like full on collecting, like limited edition. Was these actually came in a pack at the Disney store, and you had to go to the Disney store and they were doing like a raffle, and if your number got called then you were able to buy these. They came in a pack of 3, and they were basically all from like different years of Disney. And so this one is a Jessie one, and it's really pretty and sparkly, and I like it. So that's the first page, and then I actually have more Toy Story on this page. As you can see, this is the whole set from the Box Lunch store. So there was a Jessie, a Buzz, a Toy Story Land, because this was actually for Toy Story Land that opened up in Disney World. There's a Woody, a Slinky Dog, a Rex, and the 3 little alien guys. They're so cute. And so I'm actually going to wear all of these on an actual lanyard. So that is that. This pin right here is my only pin from Inside Out, is a fantasy pin, and this one's actually not in a backing, so let me show you guys. You can see how beautiful it is when you put it up to light. It has a stained glass, and I just thought it was really pretty. I got it from a friend, and I love it. There's a whole series of this like of these pins in different like movies. So this one was the Inside Out one, and there's a Hercules and all kinds of different ones. So let's move on. The next page is my Up pin page. So recently I started collecting Up. As you guys know, you guys saw in one of my other videos that I made an Up top hat, and so I want to wear these pins when I wear my Up top hat to Disneyland. So this was a part of like a lanyard starter set. I'm basically only collecting Up pins that have double backings because I'm afraid my pins will actually fall off of my lanyard if I don't have two pin backs. So what I mean by pin backs is, so you can see there's a pokey post and then a post right there, but I feel like this is a lot safer when you actually put your pins on your lanyard. But I do use the locking backs. You can actually buy like locking backs from Amazon for, I think it's like a pack of like 20 for like 10 bucks. But I do like those ones, and I always wear my pins on a lanyard. This was also from the box lunch. This is my first pins that I got that were Up. They're like these cute little badges, because you guys know Ellie actually wears this pin when she's a little girl. She wears it in the movie. And then we have a Carl, and then we have Russell over there. This pin's really cool. It actually came from that Disney store collection that I was talking about. And then this one right here is also from that starter pack. This is a cute little Kevin, and this is an Up book. Let me open it for you guys. So this pin was from a series that they did at Disneyland, and it is the Pixar Up, which you guys know I love Up. It's like a book, and it's called the Timeless Tales. And then you open it, and it has like hinges, and on the inside is Ellie and Carl, and it's just really cute. I love the colors of Up. That's why I started collecting Up, was because the colors are so bright and beautiful. And so this is one of my favorite Up pins that I have. Then we have the standard little grape soda pin. This one's really cool. It actually was a rack pin. So basically a rack pin is just a pin that is open edition. You can buy it anytime. They continue to make it. It's not like a limited edition number of pins that are made. It's just one of their pins that you can buy anytime. And then it actually has like the little bubbles, which is cute for the balloons. This was another series that Disney did. It was the Disney Love Letters, and they did this in 2016. And so basically there's a bunch of movies that they have this for, and I actually have a whole bunch of these ones. I don't have the whole set, but I'm like, this is one of my collections that I'm like just kind of collecting. It's just fun to see if I can get all of them. And it is an Ellie 3000. And then this right here is a Doug pin. This pin actually came from the studio store in Hollywood. It's an Ellie 300, and it was like a series of like the dogs. So that is my Up collection thus far. I still have a long way to go, but I love all of them, and I'm excited to have them in my collection. Next up, I'm going to show you guys my Rapunzel. So I wanted to collect a princess. I think Rapunzel is hilarious, and so I think she's so beautiful, and so this is a part of my Rapunzel collection. Most of these are fantasy pins on here. Well, there's 3 fantasy pins. So this is a fantasy pin right here. It's called the Chibi series. It's made by a certain artist, and it's really pretty. She's really cute. And then this one is also a fantasy pin, and I'm not exactly sure who this is by. This is an LE 35, so there's only 35 of these pins made. Really cute, so sparkly, and it has Pascal right here. He's so cute. And then this one is also a fantasy pin. Like, they're doing such great work with these pins. I actually prefer fantasy pins over the actual Disney pins themselves, because I feel like they are so much more like detailed. And as you can see, like, there's like, the water is so beautiful on this pin. It's like sparkly and like different colors and everything, and I just love this pin. And this one is Love is an Adventure, and it is LE 50. So with fantasy pins, your pins are going to be lower edition sizes. So basically there's only 50 of these pins made, and I have one of them. And then these ones are actually actual Disney pins. And so here's Rapunzel holding her lantern, and Pascal's right there. Pascal is on her shoulder right here. And then this one is one of those pins that comes from the cast member store. It's her tower, and this one's LE 250. Let me show you my other pins that are Rapunzel, since we're on our Rapunzel kick. Most of my Rapunzel pins are actually fantasy pins. I prefer the fantasy pins that are Rapunzel. They're less boring, I feel like. So this is the Vanity series, and look how pretty this pin is. It is so cool. It's like Mother Gothel back there with Rapunzel, and her hair is so pretty, and it's like a vanity. So there's a whole series of these ones. I actually have a couple of these. Then we have the Rapunzel with her long, beautiful hair, and then it's so pretty. This one is an Art Nouveau pin, a fantasy pin as well. It is stained glass back here, and it's just so pretty. I have a couple of these also. This is actually from Disneyland. It was a Mother's Day pin. I actually traded for it. I just think it's really cute. Normally I don't like pins that actually have like actual dates on them or whatever, or things that say stuff on it, but I just think this one is really cute. It's baby Rapunzel with her mother. This is actually a pin that I got from Tokyo Disney. I didn't go, but I have a cousin who went, and so she actually picked this up in actually Tokyo, the actual Tokyo Disney resort, and so I love it. It is so cute. This one that is covered is just an open edition Rapunzel. I just think she's really cute. This was like a mystery box, I think, or like a mystery pack, and so it's all the shields. This pin right here is actually kind of hideous, but it was one of those studio store ones where you wait you wait at like 4 o'clock in the morning, but it was actually one that you do online. So every once in a while they will do a Disney studio store release online to where anybody can actually go on and try to buy these pins, and so this is one of the releases. The only bad thing about these pins is look how creepy she looks. Her face looks like she has a mustache, but I still like it. It's cute. I like it because it's Rapunzel, and so I still have it. But a lot of people complained about this pin. They thought it was hideous, but that's okay. More for me. Then this is a pin from the UK. So I actually traded this pin. It was a UK exclusive. So the Disney Store UK, they would release pins too online for the people that live in the UK. And I just love the like shimmery, like orangish gold color that they have right here. And then it has Pascal. It's just really cute and really pretty, and it's LE750. This pin right here is pretty much one of my most favorite pins. It is another fantasy pin of Rapunzel, and you can't really tell how big it is on this board, so let me take it off and put it in my hand. It is actually pretty big. I get compliments on it all the time. People always want to know, you know, where it came from or whatever. It is so pretty. I love it. It's just amazing. So I wear this one all the time, and people always want it, and it's so cute. And this one is a limited edition of 50, so it's super cool, and I love this pin. Up next is another pin from the Disney Studio Store. This is one of their open edition pins. If you guys have ever been to the store, they have limited edition pins, which are the ones that are hard to get. And then these ones you can actually just walk into the Ghirardelli Studio Store and like buy a sundae, and then you can just go over and like browse, and they have a bunch of pins that are their open edition. You can buy them anytime, and they release them all the time. This was a mystery pack. This is an open edition of Pascal. I just think he's really cute because he's really big and he's by himself. There's not a lot of Pascal pins by himself. Then we have a crossover pin. So the reason I love fantasy pins so much is because the creators can actually cross over to different movies, which I think is awesome. I love Alice in Wonderland and I love Rapunzel, and so this is a mixture of Alice in Wonderland and Rapunzel, and they're painting the roses red. You have Alice's little sidekick, the Cheshire, and then you have Pascal. And I love how big the fantasy pins are. So when you get Disney pins that are actually made by Disney, like look how much smaller it is compared to this big boy. I just love how, you know, detailed they are. Love this. This was an LE50. This pin right here is actually one I won on Facebook in an auction. Like, there's a bunch of Facebook pages, so if you guys aren't like a part of the Facebook pages, there are so many Facebook pages, and I think I only paid like about 20 bucks for this pen, but it is another fantasy pen. And then I love the stained glass. So it is just Rapunzel and Flynn, and they're releasing their lantern into the sky, and I just think it's beautiful. I love the water as stained glass. This one is an LE75. So I still love open edition pins. This is an open edition of Rapunzel. Her eyes are really creepy in this pin. That's why I actually like it, because they look like all green and weird and creepy, and I like her dress in it. Then this pin right here is probably my second favorite Rapunzel pin. It is freaking massive. It is another fantasy pin, but I love her dress in this pin. Like, the creator of this pin has so much detail. It is so beautiful. It's actually super, super heavy, so it's like, I always wear this as like a weight on my lanyard. So like I'll wear it as my lowest pin. And look how pretty it is, you guys. I love it. And her crown is really pretty. Yeah, look how pretty she is, you guys. I love it. There's so much detail on it. And there's like a jewel, and then her hair is all shimmery and stuff. This is one of my favorite pins. It is a limited edition of 50, and it's super, super heavy. Like, look how thick it is. It is a beast of a pin, but I love it, you guys. This pin right here is actually from Disney website. It's not my most favorite pin, but I don't love like the outside part of the pin, like out here. Not my most favorite, but I love the scene on the inside. So it is Flynn and Rapunzel, and they're holding hands and they're singing, and they have the lanterns and the boat. It's so cute. So this was actually a Disney store online release. It's called their Disney Park Packs. So basically what you do is you go online and you sign up for like a subscription. So it's like a subscription box, and then the pins are limited edition. So there are, I think this one is limited edition of 500. It comes with 3 different pins inside the box each month. And then this right here is not a fantasy pin, even though it looks like it. This is an Acme pin. So this is actually made by Disney. It's called an Acme pin, and it is Rapunzel as kind of like a cutesy version, and she is just, you know, singing, and she has really beautiful hair. It's one of my favorites. I actually have another one of these in a different princess. So that is my Rapunzel collection, and I love it. So yeah, let's move on. So if you guys thought that was a big collection, then you guys are in for it. Okay, so like I said, I started collecting the Timeless Tales books. That's basically what that Up book was. So this is a Beauty and the Beast one. I'm not going to open that one, but this one's already open. So, and then this one's the Alice in Wonderland one. I just love the colors of these. I don't normally like pins that like are closed, but I like the outside of the books. So like, I'm not a big fan of like book pins, but I do love the books. Then I have the Little Mermaid. These are just my random pins. So then I also have this pin right here. It is from Disneyland. It's one of their releases. It is like an LE, let's see. It is a limited edition of 3,000, and it was part of latte characters. So basically they did a bunch of different characters with the lattes, and I just think it's cute. And it's, I think, the only latte one I have. I just think it's totally looks like Little Mermaid. Then I started recently collecting a Bugs Life. I don't have a whole bunch of pins. I think I only have like 3, but I do love Bugs Life. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and normally I don't like things, like I said, that say stuff on it, but I think this one is really cute, and I just got this on my last trip to Disneyland. Then these are just my random pins that I have collected over time. I'm kind of weird. Like, if I just like a pin, it doesn't fit into any sort of collection, so I just will have it with randoms. My favorite animal is an otter, and so this is really cute. This pin, I don't know why I like it so much, but I really do. I just love this pin for some reason. It's like a really old Disney pin, and it has like the fireworks in the background, and it actually is a part of a series. And I just think it is really cute, you guys. So that is one of my favorites. I tried to trade it a bunch of times. Like, people wanted it, but I wouldn't do it. So I just decided to keep it and stop putting it in my trader book because I liked it. Baby Groot is one of my favorite characters of all time. He's pretty much one of my only Marvel characters that I actually like. I don't feel like Marvel is Disney, but that's another tangent for another day. But I do love Baby Groot. I think he is so cute. There aren't very many pins of him, and I love this one. I think I got this one actually at Box Lunch. This pin right here is a fantasy pin, and I just really like this. I think his name's like Tamatoa, and I just like him because he's shiny. And then this is him eating Moana. It's a fantasy pin by like a really good fantasy pin artist. It is worth actually a lot of money. People always want me to trade this pin if I show it to them, and I'm like, no, sorry. Tamatoa is actually like a very collectible pin. One of my other main collections is Hercules. I love Hercules so much. It's one of my favorite movies as when I was a kid. So this is my Hercules collection. A lot of these are fantasy pins because, as you can see, these ones right here are all real pins that I got from Disney. They're just so tiny, you guys. So I like to collect fantasy pins because they're huge and they're really detailed. So I have quite a few different fantasy pins. This one is a fantasy pin. I love the glitter. It's one of my favorite scenes in the whole entire movie when he's, you know, practicing to become a hero. Then we have a baby Hercules. Baby Hercules is super cute. It was a part of like the actual, it was like a mystery set with like all the babies. And then this is a fantasy pin of Hercules. It's actually a hard to find fantasy pin. It's by one of the more popular fantasy pin makers, and it is the Hero Profiles, and it is an LE50. Then we have a Hercules movie poster. So this is what the movie poster actually looked like. It is seriously one of my favorite movies as a kid. The music in this movie is freaking slamming. Like, it is amazing. And then this is another fantasy pin. This one is also a stained glass. It's just cool because it has Hades on it, and then you have Hercules like wanting to punch him in the face, which I think is awesome. And then this pin right here is one of my other favorites. There's actually a baby Pegasus that goes with this pin, but he is super, super hard to find. This is an older series. They are limited edition, so this is like a lot older of a pin, and so it's really hard to find people to trade Pegasus. Pegasus is one of the hardest people to collect because people love him, and he's so cute. So one day I hope to have the Pegasus that goes with this one. Then we have pins that are not just Hercules by himself. We have a Meg, which is more of like a cutesy Meg with Pegasus. This is one of my favorites because she just looks like a goddess. So we have cute little baby Pegasus and Meg. This one right here actually flips. So this is a flip pin. They got this from actually Disneyland. Maybe. Yeah, so here is the other side. It is Hercules grown up with Pegasus, and then Hercules with a baby Pegasus. And I seriously love baby Hercules and baby Pegasus. They are the freaking cutest. That is why I keep it on this side specifically, because I love them as babies. They are so cute. Then we have the pretty much same exact scene of Hercules and baby Pegasus. This pin right here is actually really old. I actually paid, I think, like $40 for this pin because it's super, super old. It doesn't even have a date on it. It is actually like an expensive little pin. As you can see, it's like really old. The enamel, how they made it, it was actually a different like way that they made these pins back then, so it's like yellowing and stuff, but I love that pin. Then we have baby Pegasus and Hercules. This was part of the Disney Store anniversary collection. Then you have a Meg and Hercules. This is just a open edition. Then I got this one recently from the Disneyland park. Is his mother and baby Hercules. It was a Mother's Day pin, but you can barely see that it says Mother's Day. Love this one. This one right here is really cool. It is like a gold frame. It's super heavy, but it is kind of like a cutesy pin, which normally I don't like. Normally I'm not a huge fan of cutesy, but I just think this one's really cool, and I just love how detailed it is with the frame and everything, and I just think it is a really cute. So this is a really heavy one. This one was a limited edition of only 35. This one right here, my husband actually got me. It is one of my most favorite pins because it is babies, and it is a actual mixture of two of my favorite movies, which is The Little Mermaid. You guys haven't seen that collection yet. And then you have baby Pegasus and Zeus. So this one is so amazing. It is a fantasy pin again, but it is just so detailed that I freaking love it. I love that the dads are on there, and then you have the babies, and then you even have baby Flounder on there, and then you have baby Pegasus and Hercules as a baby. This is a limited edition of 100. So cute. This pin right here is actually a pin from the Hollywood Studio store, the Ghirardelli store. It is their 20th anniversary. Hercules pins are super expensive and hard to find because they don't make that many of them. So this one was actually, I think this one's worth like $75. Really, really cool. It is an LE 300 and it's awesome. This is one that you got from the park. So there's Phoebes and him, and then you have his mom and dad, and then Herc and Meg. Then you have a Meg pin. This one is another fantasy pin. Really cool, limited edition of 50. I love her expression on her face. So cute. She looks like so sad. Her hair is bitchin' in this. Love this pin. Is a baby Hercules. This is one of the Sunday pins. So basically what you do is you go to the Ghirardelli store, you can buy a Sunday, and basically you get a free pin with the Sunday. It is an LE of 300. This is a fantasy pin of Pegasus. He's super cute. He's wearing a bow tie and he has his little wings out. This is a very hard to find pin. Nobody really trades this one. It's really popular. I believe it's over it's like about $300. That's how the value is. It is a real pin. It came from the studio store and I love it, and I will never trade it because he's so cute. Then these are two fantasy pins. It's like a different variant. So they are older fantasy pins, and so I bought these on Facebook. It is Pegasus in white, and then this is the Pegasus in black and purple, and I just think they're really cool. These pins right here are actually amazing. They're from Paris, and the pins from Paris are made so well. It's amazing, like the detail on them. And I don't collect Cinderella, but I just really loved the pins, and they're LE 700. I will not trade them or sell them. I love them so much. There's actually more that went with the set. These are the only ones I have so far, and eventually I hope to get all of them. And they actually open up to a couple of them, and there's a seam on the inside. Then I love the Cinderella mice, and here's one from the studio store. This one is also from the studio store, and then these ones are a couple open edition, and then this one right here was a cast member exclusive. Really cute. Then I also told you guys that I collected those love letter pins, so here are the other ones I have. I have Little Mermaid, Sally and Jack, Aurora and Prince Philip, Mickey and Minnie, and then I also have Cinderella and Prince Charming. So that is everything that is in my book. So we are not even making a dent yet, you guys, so let's move on. Next up, we're going to talk about my Stitch collection. So I have quite a bit of Stitch pins. I like to put a lot of my pins on a pin board. It makes it to where I can actually see them. I want to get a better like organizational way to organize my pins that looks prettier. But here is a lot of my Stitch pins, and let's go over them. Okay, so let's just start right here. So this pin right here is just really cute. It's like a mini pin, and I just love it. It's a real Disney pin, and it's just adorable, you guys. Then we have a tiny little scrump right here. That is Lilo's little doll. He's so cute. We have a little Stitch drinking a bottle. This is an actual Disney pin. It's one of their older pins. It is in LE of 2500. It was from 2003. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And yeah, it's just really cute. It is them washing the car. Stitch spraying Nani and Lilo. This pin right here is actually a fantasy pin. This is Dan's pin, but it goes with the Stitch collection, and it is just Stitch as Wolverine. This is just an open edition Ohana pin. This one's a limited edition Christmas, so I do love Christmas. We go to Disneyland a lot during Christmas, so I collect Christmas pins. There's another Christmas one, and I'm not going to go into all of them, just my most favorite ones so you guys can see it. This is a Doctor pin. This is one of my favorite Lilo and Stitch pins. It is a fantasy pin, but it's a crossover, so basically it is Stitch and Angel. Angel is Rapunzel. This is Flynn, and then he supposed to be Pascal, and this is them in a boat. It's really cute. It's a little limited edition. Here is also Stitch as Rapunzel, and let's see, what's another one of my favorites? This one down here is actually basically like it was in the same collection of pins as that Pegasus pin, and it is limited 300, and it is worth like between like $300 and up dollars. I love this pin because I love turtles. I just think it's so cute what he's doing right there. That's an actual pin, even though it's huge. It's an actual Acme pin. Here is Peter Pan Stitch and Scrump as Tinkerbell. Then we have a Briar Rose with Stitch. I love Stitch because he crosses over a lot. Then we have a Stitch as the Cheshire Cat with Lilo and Stitch. We have, this one's one of my favorites too because it's so sparkly and pretty. It's one of my newer ones that I got when I went to Disneyland last time, and it is Stitch as Rapunzel. This is also one of my favorites. It's really cute. It's the same collection as that Buzz and Jessie pin, and then this one is also one of my favorite pins. I'm actually going to get a tattoo of Stitch reading the Ugly Duckling book. I just think that is so cute. It's my favorite scene of the whole movie. It makes me so sad, but I love it. And so yeah, that is basically all of my Stitch pins. There's a lot of them. Oh, and then here is also Stitch as Ariel. So he is super cute. I have quite a bit of Stitch pins. They're awesome. And I love Stitch. I love Stitch because he crosses over into all the different movies. So you can find like pins of Stitch, you know, as a character, or he's like hanging out with all the characters. So I do love that. Oh, and then here is Stitch as the crocodile from Peter Pan. Really cute. I love Stitch. All right, this video is going to be long, guys. Go get a snack. Okay, so my main collection is Ariel. So I have quite a bit of Ariel pins. It looks like a lot of my Ariel pins are not on this board. They might be on a lanyard somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for pins in a little while. But I'm gonna show you guys some of my Ariel pins. This is not all of them. These are not my favorite Ariel pins because I think my favorite Ariel pins are actually on a lanyard. So let's show you guys my Ariel pins. So these are just a bunch of my little pins. They're like, most of them are pins that are from the actual Disney. They're not fantasy pins on the top, most of them. They're pretty cute. I'm just going to talk about my favorite ones because I have so many of them. So these are just the Ariel pins. I love them. I collect open edition and regular pins. This pin right here I'm going to talk about was my first ever Disney pin. Ariel is my most favorite princess and she is super cute and I just love it. So I have so many pins. This pin right here is a fantasy pin. This one's also a fantasy pin. This one's also a fantasy pin. A lot of my Ariel pins are fantasy pins. Fantasy pin, fantasy pin, fantasy pin. This is one of my most favorite fantasy pins ever. Look how adorable it is. Look how colorful it is. It's amazing. I love this pin so much. Then we have this pin. It's actually the Sisters with Triton, and it is a stained glass pin. Super awesome. Has all the sisters, and then you have Ariel and Flounder on top. This is a expensive pin. This is actually a pin from the cast member store, and then on the inside it has Ariel and Eric. This was one of my first pins I won in an auction. I love this pin so much. You guys will learn that Peter Pan is one of my other favorite pins, or favorite characters. So, and I also love the Neverland Mermaids. So this is Ariel as one of the Neverland Mermaids with Peter Pan. One of my most favorite pins. I love it so much. This little pin right here is actually from the Disney Store UK. It's a LE750. And then this one right here is Ariel as one of the Neverland Mermaids again, and she's showing them her dingle hopper. So cute. Fantasy pins are awesome. This board right here is actually a group collection between me and Dan. So Dan and I both love Peter Pan. And so instead of us, at first we started collecting separately. So we decided instead of us collecting Peter Pan separately and having duplicates of pins, why not just collect them together? So him and I both love the movie Peter Pan, and here are a bunch of Peter Pan pins that we love. We do have two of this pin because it's my favorite Peter Pan pin. I think it is so freaking cute. It is actually a real pin. These are not fantasies. And look how cute it is. It actually spins. So we actually have two of them because I don't want to get rid of either of them, because I just love them. I cannot share. So, and this one's really cool too. It's an older one, and it's Peter Pan, and it like flies, and it has the song, you can fly, you can fly. So cute. I love Peter Pan. Then like I said, we had a Peter Pan, one of those big ones like the one I have. This book opens. A lot of these ones are limited edition of like 300 or 250 or 750. This one's actually a pin from Disneyland. It is an LE pin, and it actually like slides. So it is Peter, and it's really pretty. I love the gold glitter on it. It's Peter. He's flying on the Jolly Roger. So cute. Then here are some other ones. Some of these ones are open edition, and they're mixed also with limited edition. Most of these ones are not fantasy pins. Pretty much all of the pins so far were not fantasy pins, except for this big boy right here. He's a fantasy pin. Then this was a map that Disney released. We got the whole set of it, and so this is the Disney map. I think we're missing two pieces right here, but we have the two pieces. I just don't know where they are. They probably fell off. They might be upstairs somewhere. Then we have these ones. This one actually opens. It's part of a series, this pin right here, and it actually opens to them flying out the window, and he's like, come along with me. So really cool. These are our couple fantasy pins that we have. So this is just a Wendy. I love Wendy, and so I started collecting Wendy. Wendy holding Peter Pan's hat and looks like she misses him. Then this one is a fantasy pin of them when she jumps off of the diving board and Peter Pan catches her. Then, like I said, I love the Neverland Mermaids. So here's one where they're like, we're only trying to drown her. It's a fantasy pin. I love it. It's so cute. Then we have a little Neverland Mermaids where they're just looking real sexy and cute. And I love like the details on these. They're so like shimmery and pretty and detailed. And then this is a pop. It's an F fantasy pin, but it's one of their pop collections. And it's actually really hard to get these pins. They're worth over $150. And I just love them. This is Wendy. I love the flowers behind her. She's so cute. Now I'm going to go and see if I can find my lanyard that actually has the pins that I wear in the park all the time. So whenever I go to Disneyland, I pack a big lanyard. I'm going, and I normally just wear this when we're trading. Sometimes I'll wear it in the park too, but when we're trading, it's cool to like wear your lanyard because then people know that you collect pins and that you might want to trade pins. So let's start with my lanyard. So this is like that one Rapunzel pins that I had. It is an Acme pin. It's a little cute Ariel. And then this is a beautiful, beautiful fantasy pin. It is stained glass. As you can see, it is Ariel. It's one of my most favorite pins. I love it so much. Then we have, like that other Rapunzel pin, is the Little Mermaid with, we have Ursula back here, Ariel with her necklace, the conch shell, and it is just so, so cute. I love this pin a lot. Then we have a Little Mermaid book pin. So this was a pin from the Mickeys of Glendale. So it is a part of a series, but I only collect the ones that are actually my characters. Then as my weight, I have this fantasy pin, which is so cool. It has King Triton, and then when they're getting married, and then you have Scuttles. You have Scuttles up here, and then it's just super cute. It's one of my favorites. Then over here we have a mermaid, and it's like a variant color, so they have a bunch of the different color variants, and this one is the light pink, like peachy one. So, so cute. These, like, the camera does not do it justice. So sparkly and pretty. This one right here is also from the cast member store, the Mickeys of Glendale store. It's a WDI pin. So cute. Limited edition 250. This is a fantasy pin. It's a little Ariel looking up at the moon while she's sitting on her rock. So adorable. So those ones right there are some of my other pins. So that is all of my Disney pins, you guys. Well, it's a lot of my Disney pins. If you guys want to see a video of my trader book, I will definitely show you guys the pins that I have to trade. And I just love Disney pins. It gives me so much joy. It's so fun to get different ones, and just, it's a fun little thing to collect. I love Disney. I love to go into the parks and just have fun and trade with people and get to know people. It's been really fun to meet a whole bunch of different people that I never would have met before. People all over the world, because they'll come to the parks and they'll trade. It's just amazing. In Disneyland, you can go over to Westward Ho. They trade a lot. Pretty much that day that they trade at Westward Ho is on Thursdays. And then if you go to the outside of the park, they trade on Sundays, like Sunday mornings. They trade at the picnic tables outside of the park. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, then give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Also hit that notification bell so you guys will get notified when I post videos. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post pictures pretty much every day about makeup and fashion. I hope you guys have a great, awesome day, a great, awesome week, and I will see you guys in my next video. And as always, remember, be your own kind of beautiful, and toodles for now. Now I have to go and put all these back where they go. What do you guys think of my Little Mermaid shirt? How cute is this? I got this from my husband. It says, mermaids have more fun. Heck yeah, they do. Mama's a mermaid. I would have loved to be a mermaid. I want to be where the mermaids are. I want to see them swimming around on those, what do you call them? Oh, fins. Wow, I'm a dork. I have a whole bag of pins right here. I'm not gonna share them. It's just too many. They are Peter Pan pins, you guys. Peter Pan. Peter Pan pins. So if you guys want to see those, let me know. There's never too many pins, is there? No. There can't be too many pins. I love them. It's a problem. It's not a problem, right? I don't have a problem. I might have a problem. That's okay. That's okay. Right, guys? It's okay to have a problem. This pin speaks to me. I'm weird too, Stitch. I'm weird too. It's okay, Stitch. You get me. Bye. Yeah. So alive. Make it last